participate in Habitat because I love humans and I love people and I love not only the fact that we're helping other people, but I love that I get to interact with other amazing people. You know, you don't volunteer your time unless you have that common kind of passion and respect for other people. So it's just so exciting to be surrounded by all these other awesome people.
The longer I'm around it, the more value I see. There's the obvious part of, providing low-cost housing for those in need. But also, I see where it benefits everybody who works on the project as well.
Really develop a sense of yourself, and you realize how thankful you are for the things that you have.
It's really cool to feel like this is actually going to be a home of someone who really is in need of this. So it really feels nice that you're making an impact on someone.
I like the fact that it's an organization that helps people that help themselves, because they have to be a part of the building too.
I think it's important because it kind of shows what the power of a group can do for one family. We're building a house for people who are going to maybe have children in this house, they're going to have family come over and view their new house. I think it's just a good thing to give back to families who really need it.
We go into Cleveland and we volunteer with the Greater Cleveland affiliate, and that just consists of a Saturday. About 6 to 8 of us go in and we volunteer doing whatever they would like us to do. There's two settings that you could potentially be in. You can either be at the site building or you can be at the Restore. The Restore is basically like a thrift store for home repair or like home things. So you have couches, lamps, whatever. Anything you can find in a home that's related to a home, you find there.
They take donations from people, so they take those donations and they go through a whole process in the store where they're priced, and then they're put on display and people can come and select items that they want to buy and use in their own homes. And that money that the Restore makes, that money they use for the construction sites where they build homes in the greater Cleveland area. When we're working in the Restore, we'll have some people working at the docks taking donations or getting items that people have bought and taking them to their cars. Other people have walked around in the store helping customers.
At the Restore, we go in the basement and kind of do a lot of their inventory. We just kind of organize their shelves. And then we would go upstairs and reorganize their offices so that the volunteers and employees have a nicer space to work in. And we also sorted through a lot of trash from the sites to find recyclables.
And if we're not there, we're going to be at the site doing things like this past volunteer day, we worked on building the fence. So we were digging holes and stuff like that. So it could be anything from actually building to building fences to doing landscaping, like anything you can think of, basically, that goes into building the house.
I've actually done some where I've worked on destruction of the house, so that's always fun. And also like painting or putting up drywall, anything like that.
We do a spring break trip and a winter break trip. So they're called alternative breaks, and that gives students an opportunity to volunteer on their breaks rather than going home or doing various other things. So
we select students or members who come on our trips, and we go to a different location. And in the past, last winter, they went to Mississippi, and in the spring, I actually also went on the trip. We went to Crystal Coast, North Carolina. We spend a week there. It's really fun. We get to meet a lot of different people, work with different schools.
We went down to North Carolina, and there were 2 houses there. We spent most of our time in the one house, which was probably about 90% finished. Half of us spent our week inside the building painting it, ceilings and walls, and also doing some of the trim. Another crew spent time working outside on a storage shed out behind the house.
The first house that we were at, I was assigned to building the shed in the backyard, so that was fun. That was actually kind of the first time I ever used a hammer or even just I got to use the nail gun, which was my favorite thing. And then the second site that we worked at, we actually worked on building the frame of the house, which was really cool to see because we were able to put up walls and see the whole thing to come together.
The spring break trip was really a game changer for me. That gave me not only a real good impression and experience with Habitat itself, but I got so much more out of it with just being with the students and getting to know them. It was really rewarding, a lot more rewarding than I expected it to be.
We do one on-campus event which is where we work with another organization, Crossroads Mission, and we build the framework of a home on campus in one day, and then we donate it to whichever county needs it the most.
At Building Wells, we were split into teams, and we each got a certain section to work on. We just put pieces of houses together, and then once one was built, we moved it and we worked on another one, and we just kept going.
Being able to see how many students and alumni and faculty were involved with it, it was just really heartwarming to see that we created an opportunity for so many people to volunteer, and at the same time we had this very large tangible object at the end, like a huge house. So I think that was one of the many amazing memories I have with Habitat.